Okay, this is a 98 Dodge Ram for sale. Good truck, used mainly as a work truck, so it's got, it's dents, it stings, it's 16 years old. Nothing, it's not going to be a perfect truck, but it's got holes here from where the toolbox is mounted. The wood bed floor, that's it's sturdy. It was all debadged except for those brand new BF Goodwrench tires on it with about 3,000 miles on them. As you can see, bring them out towards me. It's still beefy tread. I just threw a nickel on the ground. Money. The paint job on it isn't perfect. There's chips here and there. So, there's the tailgate. The rear bumper is pretty shot, but that was pretty common on these trucks. It does have Reese hitch with towing capabilities. It's the other side. Nothing real super special. It's a sliding rear window. The interior is a mess, and I apologize. Just decided to do this real quick. So, there's your interior door panel. So it's got little scuffs up there. That's the only real damage. And you see, it's only it's a little tear. It looks bigger on camera than what it is. So, manual seats, passenger and driver. Back seat on this folds up. I've got coats and stuff from winter in there. So, nice to see the inside of the door is still silver from when it got painted. So there's any rust that was on it was cut out and fiberglassed. So like the wheel wells and the bed corners. The only real terrible spot is underneath the passenger spot, driver's side back door. It's right there. That's still, it's solid. There's some discoloration on there, but as you can see, frame is solid. Just some discoloration from salty roads and whatnot. And drive outside the line. So all 4 tires were replaced in December. So ignore there was a terrible hood scoop on the front of it that I took off, but that's going to be sanded and repainted here in the next couple hours. Grill just has these little bubbles, but it's a solid grill. I do have the plastic that goes over the front bumper. That just came undone. Never got around to putting it back on. So all the lights work. Rear, forward, rear, reverse. There's the crack in the windshield, as you can see, but it's just hairline stuff. It's more noticeable from the inside. And it has 208,000 miles on it, but it doesn't have the Dodge transmission problems. It doesn't slip when going in to drive or going down the highway. It has 4x4. The 4x4 works. So, no check engine lights of that sort. That is my brights. 208,000 miles, 248. The battery is newer and was just cleared by Pat McGrath to be tested and work good. I do have a brand new battery that I'll throw in with it. New water pump, new radiator that was put in by Dodge Country in February. I had the paperwork for that too. So it does have heat, does have AC. Oil pressure is usually about there, and then goes down to about 40 once it gets warmed up in driving. So aftermarket stereo with auxiliary plugs, I'll probably throw in. Does have, come on, the, you know, temperature and compass, the digitalized. The center seat was taken out in the front because I never used it, but I do still have it, and I could put that back in with no problem. I'll show you the 4x4. Locks in, now we're in 4x4. And she goes, so. There's that. That was replaced to cover up to give me something to grab on when I'm shifting, because the original cap that held the overdrive button was just cheap plastic that broke over time, and I never had to take it off turn the overdrive off, so I'm like, screw it. Put the cap on it, and it's got a little hideaway space on there for whatever. It holds my toolbox key, I guess. But you know, the dash has no cracks in it other than, you know, this guy, but it's a hairline crack. And yeah, that's pretty much all there is to it. It's got a rear sliding window. The bed has been sprayed with bed liner spray, I guess. That's held up. And there's the crack on the windshield on the inside. So it's, you know, from the driver's standpoint, it's completely not even noticeable. I mean, passenger gets to see it, but whatever. It doesn't leak any oil, doesn't leak any coolant. Transmission fluid doesn't leak. Power steering doesn't whine when you turn. And it's got a pretty good exhaust on it. I mean, it's pretty loud, pretty noticeable. So, all in all, it's a good truck. One thing I forgot, the bolts to that mirror are gone, and it was originally zip tied when I got it. So I threw duct tape on there because it held up better and it was a lot less noticeable than 16 different pink zip ties. And the mirror to that side's gone. I've tried replacing it, no one seems to have it, not even junkyards, no clue. So, you know, all 4 speakers work down there. So it's the auxiliary little knobby here, that even works, so that's pretty cool. I mean, I don't know if that's gonna come up red, but you know, it's hot. So it's a good truck. You know, don't let the miles scare you. It was cleared. I just had it in the shop for that water pump for a couple months ago, and you know, they were pretty shocked to see how good a condition was, because most of these trucks are pretty rusted out or pretty shot. But this one, turn off. So, you know, the cruise control works, the horn even works. You know, all the cruise control buttons work. The steering wheel's got its rips and tears and whatnot. I'll have it cleaned out and looking pretty. So don't mind the dirt on the floor or the random crap that's in here. Yeah, the only mechanical thing it needs is a U-joint on the driver's side, but you know, that hasn't affected me. That's, you know, I hear it click when I go drive through Cedar Rapids, but you know, honestly, Cedar Rapids will make any vehicle click. But it does need that. But other than that, it's mechanically sound. I've got the parts to do the plenum gasket repair. I'll throw that in there. There's the the plate, the aluminum plate that goes on the bottom of the intake, and all the gasket work. I have all that I'll throw in. Was gonna do it, just haven't had time with working 60 hours a week. So, but I just upgraded, and you know, I'd like to keep this truck around, just don't have the space in the yard. So I mean, I don't need to sell it, but you know, it's can't have an extra vehicle laying around. So but yeah, that's it. Any questions, you know, feel free to ask, and I'm open to anything. So it's a good truck. It's I got it, had 195,000 on it, so I put, you know, 13,000 miles on it in the last year. Just drove it down to Council Bluffs and back, and didn't even have a hiccup in it. It started off and went. I had no inclination of being scared to drive it that far, so it's a good truck. It started up a couple days in the last winter we had when it was, you know, negative 35 outside and pretty friggin' cold. So, and you know, the heat kept me warm during that, and so it'd be a good starter truck for a kid in high school, or just a good work beater for someone who works construction, something like that. So yeah, that's the 98 Ram. So